Oh dear! Go on then! Do it now!
What's up, drivers? Welcome to 6 Minute Saturdays. I'm your host, Dashcam Hull. Let's see what's been happening in Hull this week. A Mercedes driver was arrested for drunk driving after turtling his car outside Springbank Job Centre. Another drunk driver found themselves flying over this roundabout and into this ditch before being freed by the fire brigade. Audi managed that. And after responding to an attempted break-in in the early hours off of Princes Avenue, police discover the targeted property contained almost 100 grand worth of weed. So clearly some of his customers who knew it was there got their entire supply taken away by trying to steal it. Well played. Sticking with the police for a moment, Joe F reported this clip of an impatient Honda driver who was aggressively tailgating and gesturing at him. The police have said they've taken positive action, which probably means they've emailed Mr. Honda a gif of a wagging finger. I remembered it. It's time for this month's donkeys.
You f***ing donkey!
For this first one, we are taking a trip to Nightmare Junction. Now, although the markings are very faded these days, it should come as no surprise that the area in front of Derringham Street is a yellow box. With a red light ahead of me, I decide to slow and stop to allow some drivers out, but this mush for brains in a blue Mercedes decides that I should have blocked the junction since he's in such a rush. Now, you may notice something here.
Are you beeping at me? You want me to cover the yellow box, yeah? You actually serious?
This Morgan and Quinn van gets the wrong lane, thus blocking the left-hand lane for everyone. He would have been the star of this clip in a driving etiquette episode, as I sat, sighed and waited, but instead the blue Merc driver continues their bashing of the horn.
Are you beeping at me? You want me to cover the yellow box, yeah? You actually serious? What? What?
Where do you think I can go?
All of that anger and throwing the toys out the pram just to go and sit at the next red light as I pass them by. Compared to the donkeys I usually feature, usually showcasing some form of extreme criminal activity from a different country, this is a pretty mild one, yes. But if you're the type of driver who leans on your horn, waves your arms around everywhere and starts screaming at people for doing the right thing, that makes you an enormous, repugnant, smelly ass. Sticking with this theme for one final donkey is this BMW driver.
So that's what people think about using all the available road space.
A bit later on, you can just about hear them holding their horn, I'm assuming at the tanker, for merging in turn. It's quite difficult to hear under Maroon 5, but you can hear when they stop holding the horn quite clearly. Now the Vauxhall here isn't much better. If I'd seen someone reacting like this to someone merging in turn immediately ahead of me, not a chance would I think about trying to merge in front of them. Vauxhall driver? A bit slow perhaps. BMW driver? Donkey. Before this next section, I just want to give a preemptive apology to a certain portion of my demographic as we take a look at some senior moments.
He's gonna crash.
Oh shit, stop.
Bruh.
Oh no.
As if he's actually just crashed.
You knew it, you saw it.
Said it.
Next is Emu, who caught two at once. Why the Suzuki is stopped is a mystery, although you can see them making some sort of gesture at someone. The bus driver then makes his feelings known.
What the fuck are you lot doing?
And the Nissan, it's just doing Nissan things, wasn't it? Anyway, it is time for the road rules. Yes, it does.
Nice to see you. Yes, it is.
Now, with this series being inspired by FNG's football this week, I love a good football meme, and this one is absolutely stellar. Meanwhile, in Scotland, at NL School of Motoring,
The live animal transport. How funny would it be if a lion jumped at that?
but the funniest part of this clip is still to come when the van in front overshoots the stop line.
Where should it be? At the zoo?
A guy who's selling his Chevy Silverado has the buyer pull up outside with a sale based on the condition of the car being as good as it looked in the photos.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Over in Mexico, there's a little yellow Kirby thing attempting to get a world record KD ratio. While watching some of these clips, especially this one, I felt the need to research the rules on zebra crossings in Mexico, and while it turns out that the rules are actually pretty identical to ours, it seems that even a red light is just a mere suggestion to the average Mexican driver. Their drivers are also apparently pretty good at playing Time the Pedestrian, or as I'm going to call it, reverse Frogger. As it turns out though, Bradford is even worse than Mexico. No one's even shocked by that, are they? At least half of these clips I can't even show you properly because YouTube would demonetize this video quicker than these drivers could rack up 12 points. Time for a clip from truck driver John, who has to navigate this difficult tight turn. This blue BMW decides that turning down the near side of his truck is a fantastic idea, but John stays put until they figure out a way past. As it turns out, this learner in the distance clocks on immediately and holds well back. John takes a little while to manoeuvre around some parked cars on his left due to the length of his trailer, and in this time a Vauxhall driver decides that waiting is for losers and goes around the learner.
Why have you just gone around the learner who's clearly trying to help me out?
Why they didn't just pull into the gap on the right, I have no idea.
What do you want me to do now? Wow. I'm going that way. The learner had clearly clocked it.
Then to add further to the frustration, an Audi also decides they know better than to wait as well and decides to join the party.
Where the fuck are you going?
All this clip needed was a Merc driving around everyone on the pavement and we'd have had a brand stereotype bingo.
That's embarrassing for all these qualified drivers, isn't it? You clocked it back there.
Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, give me a sub, turn on notifications, check all the links in the description, buy me a coffee, join the Patreon, do all that good shit, and we'll have another chinwag really soon. Peace! Audience as we take a look at some senior moments. Thank you, Ferry Horn.